Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Tuesday night. That means it's Midwest Motorsports Road Series. We are going green, 1 hour. There's 1 minute left in qualifying. We have a full field, 30 cars tonight, all GT4s, different manufacturers. The drivers have selected to run the whole season with one car. So here we are at the Red Bull Ring, 2.68 miles, Austria's famous track. It's gone through several different names. A1 ring, Red Bull Ring is what they're calling it today. 10-turn track, 2.68 miles. The race is 1 hour long. It's starting in the dusk. So I expect towards the end of the race, we may see some evening running. We'll see how the iRacing transitions into the evening times. And we'll also see these cars have headlights. So we will possibly get to see some lights going around the track, maybe some flashers being used or overused, depending on your last name, according to the Discord. But we are done with qualifying. Congratulations to Ben Litherland in the Aston Martin, sitting on the pole by 0.14 seconds. Congratulations, Ben. 138.02. 138.16 for Shea McNeely, last week's winner at Monza. Jason Phillips, third. Brian Coxon, fourth. Johan de Rooij, fifth. Top five in the Pro division. First in the AM division is David Wortman. Congratulations, David, putting it on sixth spot. So qualifying is a wrap. There is the tower, or not. We're going to go through the tower, through the qualifying scroll. Ben Litherland, Shea McNeely, Jason Phillips, Brian Coxon, Johan de Rooij, the top five. And that's a wrap for qualifying. Congratulations, everybody. Again, this is the third race of the season. 20 races long is the season. We're going for points. Two divisions, a pro class and an AM class. To the left of the driver's name in our timing tower is a color. The blue color is pro. The red color is AM. So as you're racing along, if you see a blue color, you know they're pro coming up on you. If you're red, you know they're AM, looking to pass. Know that you're not fighting for position. So there on the screen, your top right corner will be the class designated colors. We're lining up on the grid. We're going to go green for 1 hour. Everybody should make it 30 minutes in one tank. I don't know that they can go the whole 60 in one tank unless somebody's feeling very frisky tonight. Time will tell. Current point standings, Johan de Rooij, the Formula 3 champion, last season's Road Series. Congratulations to Johan de Rooij. Also leading the current standings right now, Justin Taylor, second in the standings after 3 races. Shea McNeely, third. Steve Hansel, fourth. Steve Hansel up 3 spots. That's in the Pro division. In the AM division is Justin Gluckner, Sam Hubbard, second. Taylor Montague, third. Taylor Montague had a good run in Monza, jumped up 5 places. David Wortman, fourth. And Sam Riker, fifth in AM points. So we're waiting for everybody to come live to the grid before we go green. Once again, 2.68 miles on the ring. Different series, a year, Formula One, MotoGP, DTM, Endurance, of course, the DTM, Superbike, FIA, WEC, Endurances. So lots of racing history here at the track. And we get to go sim racing in the real deal in the car with Netherlands Aston Martin Racing pole sitter. We're starting in the middle of the track. Funny place for the grid, but keeps the outlap short. So there's only two real left-handers here at the track. Pit entrance is a little bit tricky. Time of day is going to be tricky. Probably going to take a couple of laps for the tires to warm up. So those are keys to the race. Tire temps, the two different classes competing at once, and the transition to dusk. Those are things I'm going to look for as we watch the race tonight. Ben Litherland in the Aston Martin pole. Shea McNeely on the outside of the front row. Coming to green. Barney's got the flag up, waiting for Ben Litherland to check out. He hammers it down, and we're green. We're racing. Looks like Shea McNeely looking for a way around Jason Phillips. Shea McNeely on the inside, Phillips on the outside. They all make it through turn one so far. Some good, courteous driving there, especially on cold tires. Now we're seeing some defending. These long straightaways with long braking zones uphill. Look at the lead Ben Litherland has already. No whammies, no dive bombs. Also, off tracks are going to be tricky. They're off track on the inside and the outside. So very easy to get some off track. We might get accumulation of off tracks, which would cause you to do a drive through possibly. There's a late dive bomb. Nice work. Johan de Roy in the purple Porsche gains a spot or two there. Headed now to turn 6. The left, and using the little service road as the entrance to turn 6. Here it is. Through 7, and now headed towards 9. The two more right-handers that are downhill, off camber. Very easy to run driver's left. Dangerous pit entrance. Oh, that's going to be a 1X for off track. We're riding with Jason Phillips. Johan de Roy. In car, let's do a whole lap with Johan de Roy. Up the hill into turn 1, using all the curb on the left of your entry. Carry as much speed as you can. On the apex, try not to get on the sausage curb left. Nice job, Johan. Keeping as much speed as possible into this next long straightaway. Another great passing zone. Up the hill for another 90-degree right, actually more than 90. Off camber exit. So using all the rumples on the left. Apex on the right, carry as much speed as you can without wheel spin on the exit. Accelerating, he's looking ahead up at Brian Coxon in the 25. Another passing opportunity here, downhill into a sharp right. This is a later exit, later apex and exit than you think. No passing yet. Everybody playing nice and safe for now, trying to stretch out a little gap between each other. Then we're going to take our first left in turn 6. Little short shoot down another hill. Very easy to run too wide there. So here's turn 6. And now turn 7. Little bend to the right. They call it turn 8. And then headed down. Not a whole lot of passing opportunity here, but very important for your lap times to carry as much apex speed through here. Turn 9 and one more turn 10 leading onto the long front straight. Use the curb a little bit if you need to help rotate your car. Porsches tend to rotate just fine without using the curb, but that's one lap with Johan de Roy. He just did it in 1:38. Goes by fast. Johan de Roy all the way up to 4th already. what I'm reading is right. Maybe we were riding with... There, now we're with Johan. Looking up at Jason Phillips. He's got a different livery than the one I saw earlier today on the Discord channel, but it's all good. So 25 is Shea McNeely. I'm missing something on the timing screen compared to what I'm watching, but it's all good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Johan DeRoy's in fourth. Looking up at Jason Phillips. Shea McNeely's second. There we go. Okay. All good. Getting a little dirt there. There we go. Now we're riding with Jason Phillips as he goes through turn 6. Got a little gap there. Nice work for Jason Phillips. He started third, qualified third, still running third. It's all good. Jason Phillips carries a lot of speed on the exit. Johan DeRoy right behind him, though. It's all good. See if we can go back maybe to the battle in the AMs. Looks like David Wortman, Adolfo Castillo, Sam Hubbard, and Max Bauer are having a good race. Max Bauer currently 10th, but yeah, let's ride with Sam Hubbard. There we go. Sam Hubbard in the Mercedes chasing down David Wortman, also in the Mercedes. Looking back at the Aston Martin of Max Bauer. Max Bauer's trading paints didn't come through just right, so maybe he's got a color that the overlay didn't like or whatever, but he's running the Casper paint scheme tonight. Friendly Ghost. So let's see what Max Bauer's in the Pro class. Sam Hubbard's in the AM class, but he has no obligation to just pull over and let Max go. Sam Hubbard fighting hard with David Wortman and Adolfo Castillo. Good to see Adolfo Castillo running 8. Looking back now. Right in your face. Riding with Sam Hubbard, looking back at Max. The boys painted his body while we were looking at it. So nice work. There we go. Into the last 2 turns, 9 and 10. Again, Max Bauer won the A1 ring in the the F3 series last year. Max Bauer was your winner, so we know he can get around here. Just gonna be patient and take your time. They're not losing a lot of time to the leaders, so I think it's better for Max to just hang out for now. Let these 2 guys sort it out. Maybe pass when you can, but David Wortman and Adolfo Castillo having a good race. But by no means are they expected to pull over and let Max go. Max does like to bump draft. We've seen him do that before in all the different series. So Max Bauer using the bump draft on the outside. See if he can carry a little more speed this time through turn 2. Headed down the hill towards turn 4. Ward's turn 4. Yeah, Trading Paints is just having a hard time loading everybody's deliveries with 30 of them, so it's all good. Don't worry, I'll talk you through the who's racing who. Right now we got side by side for position. Max Bauer can't get around Sam Hubbard and complete the pass. Looks like David Wortman, he got around Sam Hubbard. Now he's trying to get around David Wortman, both in the Mercedes. So we'll ride with Max Bauer a little bit more. 4th gear, shifting up to 5th. I don't think he'll get into 6th before we get to turn 9. See if he downshifts once or twice. 1 downshift for turn 9. See if he drops down to 3rd for turn 10. Stays in 4th, rolls as much speed, down to 80 miles an hour is a minimum apex speed. Stays in 4th, that's important, 80 miles an hour. We'll see how some of the other guys roll speed through turn 10. I make a note, 80. Turn 1, crucial, 63. Max Bauer showing us how it's done. in the Aston Martin. We know that Aston Martin's fast. Ben Leatherland on the pole. He is stretched out. Oh, Shea McNeely's reeling him in a little bit now. Less than half a second between them. Max Bauer got around Sam Hubbard. Cannot seem to get the better of David Wortman yet, but shows David Wortman's skill. Especially being the second AM on track right now. There's Ben Leatherland. And he's got the Porsche of Shea McNeely right now rocking the all white. But yes, this is the race for the race lead. Leatherland, your pole sitter. Aston Martin again. Here we go, into turn 7. Gentle right, turn 8. And we're headed down the hill towards 9 where pit entrance is. 80 miles an hour on turn 10 was Max Bauer. So here we are with Shea McNeely right in the slipstream. Oh, off tracks for both of them. And 84 for Shea McNeely. So nice work. Shea McNeely carrying a lot of speed in that Porsche. Turn 1, 68, 69. Leatherland goes 2 tires left of the sausage curbs, feeling the pressure. Shea McNeely, once again from Macon, Georgia, hunting down Ben Leatherland from across the pond. Our Midwest Motorsports Brit, one of them. Glad to have you racing tonight, Ben. Showing us how it's done. Don't look now. Shea McNeely right behind you. I do see a little sunset coming across over the hills back there. So just 10 minutes in, just past the 10-minute mark, Shea McNeely taking notes, trying to find out Ben Leatherland's weak points, see if he can take advantage later in the race. Right now, I think Shea McNeely is just saving his tires and rolling with the punches as the race progresses. Once again, trying not to lose time. Johan de Roy, purple lap, 137.649 for Johan de Roy in the fast lap. Shea McNeely, 37.7, 38 flat for your leader. Looks like some guys are going 2 wheels left of the sausage curve if they can carry enough speed and not get off track. The off tracks accumulate. We'll see how that develops. Now we're with David Wortman, fighting it out with Steve Hansel right behind him. David Wortman looking up at Sam Hubbard. Nice pass, David Wortman. Steve Hansel right behind him. Look at this, we got a 6-car freight train. Side by side, Max Bauer looking inside now on Adolfo Castillo. Got him. Max Bauer move him up to 7th. And now all pros ahead for Max Bauer, showing that he knows how to get around this track. Not wasting any time coming up through the field after qualifying 13th. I think Max probably expected a little more. He holds himself up to a pretty high standard, but he's doing great, carrying it through, getting the race 1 car at a time, making up lots of time here. Let's see what Max can do. 84 down to 80 again. It's all good. See how tires go towards the end of the race. All part of tire saving. I don't think they're going to change tires. It takes too long for me to heat them up. That's been the trend in the past. Here we are in 5th. Brian Coxon looking up at Jason Phillips. Jason right with Brian Coxon, looking up at Jason Phillips, looking back at Josh Bloom. So Brian Coxon's in the McLaren, the all-white McLaren. Forgive me for not being able to sort them out right away, not recognizing the liveries, but it's all good. Brian Coxon in the McLaren, Josh Bloom in the Mercedes right behind him. Up ahead, we got Jason Phillips, Johan DeRoy, and Shane McNeely. So these guys, Brian Coxon in the top 5. Josh Bloom 6th, and then 4 seconds back to Max Bauer. These guys have a 4-second gap over 7th. So top 6 have separated themselves quite a bit. As we are coming up on 15 minutes, 1/4 of the race gone. Coming by for another lap, the fans go wild. Again, the shade of the sun is starting to change a little bit. The shadows are getting longer. Cool. Oh, good run here. Let's see if Steve Hansel can get David Wortman. Steve Hansel carries so much speed. Going up the hill now. Steve Hansel on the inside. David Wortman on the outside. David Wortman carrying a lot of speed. Leaves space. Great job, David. And don't look now. Sam Hubbard in the red and white Porsche coming up behind him. So we are racing at the A1 ring, Red Bull ring. Steve Hansel in the white Porsche. Sam Hubbard just behind in the Mercedes, red and white Mercedes. Up in front is David Wortman. So these three right here, Wortman, Hansel, and Hubbard. Steve Hansel is the pro in between an AM sandwich. And don't forget, pull out your cell phone, scan the QR code, take you to Midwest Motorsports link tree. Everything Midwest Motorsports on one QR code. It'll link you to our Twitch, our YouTube. I'm not sure if you heard the Midwest Motorsports podcast, The Cool Down Lap, last night at 9 p.m. It's available now on replay in your favorite podcast player of choice. We got some paints coming through now. But yeah, thanks to Greg Drace for running the Cool Down Lap. Brian Coxon now looking back at Josh Bloom. As we're headed down the hill, turn 4 coming up. Brian Coxon in the McLaren, Josh Bloom in the yellow Mercedes right behind him, trying to pick a spot for a pass. Hard work. Sam Hubbard again, looking back at Steve Hansel. Steve Hansel's paint come through now. Oh, runs wide there. Oh, coming up on turn 10 and right onto the straightaway. Just got a little too close in the short chute there. Didn't want to run over him. So that cost him on the exit of turn 10. But he will recognize that and maybe take advantage next lap. Maybe pop out instead of hitting the brakes. We'll see. Steve Hansel, very good road driver. Here we go. You can see from the shot from above as they work the little left bend. Now they come up the hill. Let's see if Steve Hansel hops inside for a pass in the braking zone, inside deep, and Wortman cuts him off, not this time. And then right behind him, Justin Thaler and Justin Fedorowski going at it. Those guys are pros going for 12th and 13th. Here they are. Justin Thaler on the outside, Justin Fedorowski on the inside. Taylor on the left rear, can't quite carry it off. Tries to cross over, is going to be on the outside again for the left-hander of turn 6. Not this time. Justin Taylor decides to hold off and get him next time. We're watching some great racing here at the Red Bull Ring. Full stands. And here we go. Brian Coxon and Jason Phillips going at it. Or Josh Bloom, I'm sorry. Brian Coxon and Josh Bloom. Don't look now. Shea McNeely has got around Ben Litherland. Wonder if we can rewind and get a pass of that for first place. We'll try our best, but give it up for Shea McNeely. He's found a way around Ben Litherland. We were watching the racing back there. My timing screen's going crazy. Positions moving all over. Is this Midwest Motorsports 30 cars around this 2.5 mile track? A lot of action to follow. Right now, Shea McNeely's worked his way a half a second in front of Ben Litherland. Let's see, here it is. Great job, Colin, in the truck. Working the cameras. Shea McNeely just gets a better run on the exit. And let's see what caused Ben to slow down on the exit. Let's see, let's go through the entrance. Do a little bit of wheel spin. Shea McNeely just rolled center. No problem. Got in the slipstream. Ben Litherland knows he has a disadvantage, takes the inside. But before he even gets to the corner, Shea McNeely is clear. Good job by Ben Litherland, deciding to just lift. That's the sign of a true pro. High racing IQ for Ben Litherland to just roll off the gas, not compromise your own exit, trying to defend all the way to the apex. If he's got you, he's got you. Let him go for now. And pressure on him, maybe take notes on Shea. Find out Shea's weak points around the track. And meanwhile, that's allowed Johan de Roy to catch up. So now we have a three-way battle for the lead. That's road racing at its best right here with these Midwest Motorsports guys showing how it's done. Once again, if you missed the link tree, midwest-motorsports.com is how you can sign up. It's never too late. Scan the QR code once again. It'll also take you to our track racer link. If you're looking for any sim rig gear or any monitor stand for you or for your loved one. Makes a nice gift. Birthdays are coming up. Father's Day, maybe. Thanksgiving or Christmas. You never know. Track racer. We have a Midwest Motorsports affiliation with them, so way to do it. But right now, Shea McNeely showing how it's done. All right, let's go back a little more with Josh Bloom and Max Bauer in 7th. Max has caught. Oh, sorry, we're Brian Coxon. There we go. Thank you. But yeah, don't look now. Max Bauer's right there with you. I recognize Max has changed his, got rid of the purple color. He's now gone red. So black and red. Max Bauer peeking on the inside of Josh Bloom. Can you make it happen in turn 1? Too wide through turn 1. They both get through clean. Great driving, Josh Bloom. Good defending on the outside, leaving space. Here's another battle for the lead, back up front. Shea McNeely defending strong. Not this corner for Ben Litherland, but here they go down the hill, working their way toward 4. turn 4. Shaman Ely just really carries a lot of speed through turn 3, probably more than anybody I've seen. Johan de Roy looking inside of Ben Litherland. The pole sitter, Ben leaves space. Great job. Johan de Roy not running too wide into him. Too wide, looking back from the leader. Ben Litherland holds on to second for now. We roll into turn 6. Really hard to go too wide through there. You lose traction there on the exit for sure. On the inside, Johan de Roy forcing the issue. Ben Litherland has the inside line for this little bend. They call it turn 8. Now we'll see 9 and 10. Two right-handers downhill off camber. Does Johan de Roy make a move now? Meanwhile, Shaman Ely is able to get out to a 1.2 second gap. They roll speed through turn 9 and 10, 82 miles an hour, no problem. Johan de Roy back on the gas. Right in the draft of Ben Litherland. The big body Aston Martin creating a big hole in the air for Johan to just slip up into. And on the yellow curb for Ben, just off of him for Johan. Great racing here. GT4s have really done a great job with the BOP. Full credit to iRacing for that. No one manufacturer seems to have an advantage throughout all of the racing you've seen. Can you do it this time? Hearing from race control, there's been a couple of guys getting drive-throughs. It's going to hurt them. Max Bauer now just turned a new purple time, 1:37.43. So Max Bauer, do not write him off yet. He's made his way up to Josh Bloom and Brian Coxon. So from a 4-second gap, Max Bauer has reeled him in, running by himself, cranking out some fast laps, including the purple lap, 37.4. Can he get around Josh Bloom? This is the battle for 7th. Again, we're not even halfway yet. So just at the 26-minute mark, sorry. My old eyes. Lots of off tracks here. Everybody going a little wide. 1X here, 1X there. It's going to add up before the end of the race. All right, Max Bauer now going to the outside. Josh Bloom can't quite make it work. Let's see if he crosses over. Looks toward the inside. Let's see what happens if he can late brake. Max Bauer in the Aston Martin. Josh Bloom in the Mercedes. Both very wide front cars. Large frontal area. Once again, punching a big hole in the air for each other. Oh, on the inside now. Look out. Johan de Roy fighting on the outside. Ben Litherland on the inside. Johan de Roy in the white Porsche. Litherland, black and red. Aston Martin here. Headed to toward 9. Johan de Roy pops out, looking on the inside. Hard place to pass and keep speed. Litherland once again allows the pass. Running wide with intent to make sure that they avoid contact. Litherland, we know he's fast. He's going to fight back again. Here we go. Johan de Roy pops out. Oh, contact. I'm not sure if there was contact or not. But Ben Litherland knew he was there. Johan de Roy makes a hole for himself. Here we go. Great cameras here. Camera work. And definitely contact. Into the seat we go. At least the camera made contact, but it's all good. The pass is done. No harm, no foul. It looks like even if there was a little fender rub there, we're going to survive and carry on for the rest of the race. Still over 30 minutes to go. Ben Litherland has to settle for third now. But Johan de Roy is able to check out after those couple of corners. And here he goes, racing up and down the field. Taylor Montague, we're seeing now, oh no, Sam Riker in the sand, going around, backs it up, doesn't know which way to go. That's the left. He might have gotten some dirt or just backing the throttle a little too hard. Here we go one more time. Coming around turn 6, down the hill a little bit. Turn 7 just got loose on entry and on the throttle hard. He kept the wheel spin going, little tank slapper and off throttle oversteer. He was a little too much wheel spin on the throttle and let off all the way. And then just a little snap oversteer. That's all it took. Taylor Montague now in 12th. And back to Steve Hansel and David Wortman right behind. David Wortman and Steve Hansel. Steve Hansel says, adios, I'm out of here. Here's Taylor Montague. Looking up at Adrian Fedorowski. And back to Brian Coxon and Josh Bloom. Josh Bloom in the yellow Mercedes. Brian Coxon in the white McLaren. Going at it. Lap after lap. Just past the 30-minute mark, we're seeing cars come into pit. Right at 30 minutes. There we go. Ryan Enlow comes into pit. Good to see Ryan Enlow racing the Road Series. Glad you're here, Ryan. Dustin Reinstedel comes in. Adolfo Castillo in. And Sam Hubbard. All deciding 30 minutes. Is there time to make a pit stop? Josh Bloom, once again, looking up at Brian Coxon. Looking at the big backside of the McLaren. Looks good. The diffuser. The wing. All right, here we go. Adolfo Castillo and Steve Hansel. Adolfo Castillo, the AM, Steve Hansel in the Pro. This is the battle for 15th and 16th. Adolfo Castillo hopefully follows Steve through the field. So we got more guys pitting. Josh Bloom decides to pit. Ben Litherland is in. Right at this 31-minute mark. So pit stop for Ben, Justin Glockner, Josh Bloom all decide to come in. Unless I was in traffic, I'd probably stay out until my tank was all the way empty and just get as many laps as I could with light fuel. But that's just me. Got an off track there for Wortman, I think. And Glockner's in. Adolfo Castillo and Steve Hansel decide to stay out. Action up and down the field. Right now, Justin Fedorowski in the lead on the track. Aaron Holroyd second, and Ben Litherland is ahead. There we go. Johan de Roy back up top. Jason Phillips working the top. We're going to let these pits roll through, but here we are with Max Bauer. Got around Josh Bloom and working Taylor Montague now. A couple of seconds up the road. But give credit to Max Bauer for getting around Josh Bloom without causing an incident. Once again, apologies to everybody that's running a Casper paint scheme right now. Trading Paints didn't seem to load everybody up perfectly, but we're happy to have everything that we can, but just know it's not intentional. It's probably not on your end, maybe on our side, but the way we're going to bring the action to you. We appreciate you listening in. Don't forget to give the video a like and a thumbs up on your way out. If you're a regular, Even if you're not a regular, come back and see us to become a regular. We'd love to have you. Here he is, Max Bauer, looking for a way around Tyler Montague. Patient for now. Max Bauer currently 9th. Taylor Montague in the AM class. No obligation to pull over and just let Max go. But they're definitely not fighting each other for points. Once again, Max Bauer does a little bump draft and late brakes inside. Is able to slow the car down. Yes. Good job for Taylor to leave enough room for Max to complete the pass on the outside. He probably could have exited on power and run into him, but nothing to gain for either of you since you're not really racing each other than bragging rights. But Taylor Montague actually pretty quick. Good to see him cranking out some fast laps. Maybe you can follow Max Bauer up to the next car, who is Adrian Fedorowski, who is a pro. The reason we're riding with Max Bauer is he's the fastest guy on the track. We got the purple lap so far. And already, here we are, Josh Bloom now, looking for a way around Taylor. Can't make it stick yet. Josh Bloom, pro, gets around. Good racing, Taylor. Taylor Montague, second in class right now. Taylor Montague decides now is the time to pit. Good move, Taylor. And here's Max Bauer on Fedorowski. Side by side, headed up to turn 1. Again, late break. Can Fedorowski cross him over on the exit? Max Bauer carrying a lot of speed, just rolling. Adios, muchacho. See you later, alligator. Max Bauer up to 6th. All right. I'm sorry, 8th. My time is still going crazy. Let some pit cycles complete. And we're going to watch Fedorowski and Bloom, I believe, fight it out. That's 9th and 10th. So it was not 6th. Max is in 8th. Still a couple guys up front, I believe, that have not pitted. So don't look now. Shea McNeely back in front. Shea is not pitted yet from my timing screen. Here we are with Justin Glockner and Taylor Montague. Taylor Montague's up ahead, Justin Glockner and Sam Hubbard. All right, Glockner. Glockner's in the McLaren. Up ahead, Sam Hubbard. There's Adolfo Castillo. Adolfo's in the Porsche. Thaler. Justin Thaler, I would recognize the 00 any other time. It's got the baby blue wheels. Adolfo Castillo goes around the outside there, but then has the inside that. Justin Taylor's headlights are on. Starting to get a little bit darker. We're 37 minutes in. Back up front, I see Ben Litherland in the lead. And of course, now we get Johan DeRoy and Shea McNeely pit. So we will let this cycle through. Ben Litherland showing 3rd. Cranking out some laps. So this is it. This is the race. Shea McNeely and Johan DeRoy are in the pit. Let's see if Ben Litherland can complete this lap and come out across. And the exit is actually past turn 1. So Ben Litherland has a ways to go through turn 9 and turn 10. This is the race for the lead. Let's see if those extra couple of laps on the overcut, looks like they're on pit out. So Ben Litherland better hit the time machine, time warp, push the button now, Ben. You want to catch up to Shea and Johan. And they're gone. There they are up the road. So you still got third, Ben. Shea McNeely and Johan DeRoy, 8 seconds. Shea McNeely is 8 seconds up. So just those 4 laps, able to crank out 8 seconds. That is significant. Shea McNeely showing he knows how to get it done. This is going to cause a shakeup in the points for sure. Riding with Ben Leatherland up in the distance. Can't even see him. Johan DeRoy is 7 seconds up. I'm sorry, 4 seconds up. Ben Leatherland maybe even getting pressure from behind by Jason Phillips. I don't think Ben would be too upset with the third place finish after today, but after sitting on the pole, maybe, here we go, Dan Gish fighting it out with Ryan Sargent, I believe. There he is. Ryan Sargent with the pass. I'm sorry, Dan Gish with the pass on Ryan. Glad to see Ryan Sargent made his way over to the road course once again. And now they're fighting back and forth, side by side, down the hill towards turn 4. Ryan Sargent in the black car, Dan Gish in the white car with the fluorescent red wheels. Ryan Sargent holding him off for now. Dan Gish still have time. 20 minutes to go. 19 and a half. Doing a great job. Dan Gish hanging right in there, carrying more speed in this section of the track. So Ryan Sargent losing some time and turn 5 and 6. Here we go, turn 9, too wide. Look out, driver's left. Goes off a little bit. Ryan leaves plenty of room. Nice work, Ryan. Leaving room for Dan to get through successfully and then attack again later. Here we go, Adolfo Castillo and Justin Thaler side by side again. Justin tries to cross him over. Adolfo takes both lanes. They call that park it on the exit. Side by side now, Thaler carried a little more speed in the entry, but Adolfo Castillo as the racing preferred line. Too wide through turn 4 is not the way to go. It's going to let Sam Hubbard reel him in a little bit. Let's see who carries more speed on the exit. Thaler's still crossing over. He's crossing over to the outside as opposed to crossing over to the inside. See if that works. Nope, here, don't look now. Sam Hubbard warming his hands up, trying to figure out if he can get a 2-for-1 here. Thaler wasn't expecting that to be attacked from behind. Justin Thaler flashing his lights up ahead at Castillo's, saying, I'm still here. Blinky, blinky. Oh, Hubbard comes in the pit. Adolfo Castillo looking back at Thaler. No blinks. This time he's not close enough to make the pass. Let's see if he can reel up some distance on the exit. Definitely goes wide. Shea McNeely, Johan DeRoy, Ben Leatherland up front. All alone, 3 seconds separate each one of them. Jason Phillips. Whoa, we got action here. Glockner, and I believe that's Holroyd, or is that Thaler? There's Thaler, and who's right behind Glockner? All right, so Glockner and Thaler are both pros. All right, so these guys I know are famous for blinking. Let's see if they're blinking at each other. Thaler, they're both in the McLaren, so can't say that they have a car advantage. Let's see if Gluckner can reel in Thaler here. You give a couple more laps. Your teammates on the Casper team, at least for today. Once again, apologies for the liveries not coming through. You have to give some of that sponsorship money back. Here we go, Glockner. And looking up at Thaler. It's all good. Really concentrating right now. Justin Thaler will never hear the end of it if Gluckner comes up and passes him. So there, little blinker. Thaler blinking up ahead at Castillo if he can catch him. Two-second gap, though, up to Castillo after being side by side there for a couple of laps. Max Bauer all the way up to 5th right now. 2 seconds behind Brian Coxon. Unless I'm seeing things, I've lost Shea McNeely on the timing screen. Shea McNeely had an issue. We got to find it. We got to find what happened to Shea McNeely. He had an off track. That has huge implications. I'm also, maybe it's just my timing screen. We got to find out. I'm showing Ben Litherland. The timing tower has Ben Litherland in the lead. There's Johan, but I don't see Shea. So timing screen reset. Johan DeRoy up front. Let's see what happened. Here's Johan DeRoy. Replay. Just paused. Okay, Shea McNeely back up front. The timing screen's going crazy. I was going crazy. Didn't mean to scare you, Shea, if you're listening. All apologies. I saw you down the 17th, and I was freaking out there for a second. So I think we're safe. All right. Didn't mean to scare you. I don't know what I'm saying. I can't trust the timing screen. Johan DeRoy, Ben Litherland, Jason Phillips, 1, 2, 3, according to the timing screen. We're watching Justin Thaler and Adolfo Castillo for now. There we go, Steve Hansel. Johan DeRoy, P2. Okay, good. There we go, back to as usual. I'm sorry, I apologize everybody. My timing screen is going crazy. So let's go back to normal. Here we go, David Wortman looking up at Steve Hansel. These guys have been fighting it out for a while. Justin Fedorowski up in front of him. David Wortman and the big body Benz. Steve Hansel in the Porsche. Justin Fedorowski ahead of him in the Porsche. Porsche, Mercedes. This is the closest battle on the track for 8th, 9th, and 10th. And that Porsche just pulls over and lets him go. Riding with Steve Hansel. All right, that was the lapper, not Justin Fedorowski. Sorry about that, Justin. Steve Hansel and David Wortman, they have been fighting it out for a long while. This is the closest battle on the track. Let's see if David Wortman can apply the pressure. Steve Hansel pretty good under pressure. Lots of iRacing laps for him. Going to take a lot to work Steve Hansel over, but David Wortman's going to try. Yeah, right up on him. And turn 1. I'm sorry, 3. Gaining as much speed as he can down the hill towards 4. Let's see if he's going to pop out. These guys are not in the same class, so they're really not racing each other. Hansel lets him go. Yeah, no reason to force the issue. David Wortman wants it that bad. I'll follow you. Here we are in 5th with Brian Coxon and Max Bauer. Max Bauer right on the bumper now. This is for position and position in class. We're watching a replay of John Aslan. Oh, turn 9. Just carries a little too much speed to the middle. Loses the rear end. Doing a great job. Oh, just barely hits the barrier. But thank you for not coming back on, rejoining the traffic. Here we go. Max Bauer and Brian Coxon. This is for 5th. Brian Coxon in the Casper McLaren versus Max Bauer and the red and black Aston Martin. Brian Coxon looking good. He's run a great race. Brian Coxon has. Max Bauer with just past the 10-minute mark, coming up on 8 to go, 8:45 to go. Can Max Bauer get one more spot to bring him into the top 5? After qualifying 13th, Max Bauer is up 7 places. Up 17 places. Shout out to Adrian Fedorowski. He is the mover of the race. Here we go. Max Bauer's going to pop out into turn 1. Get through clean. Headed up to turn 3 now. Let's see if Max Bauer chooses this place to pass. He passed last time on the inside. Oh, tough break. Brian Coxon, a little bit of blinking, but Max Bauer's not a rookie to blinking. He goes late brakes. Into turn 3 they go. Max Bauer on the inside. Leaves plenty of room on the exit. All fair. Nice move for Max Bauer. Huge. That's going to give him some more points. Move him up all the way up to 5th place. Max was born in Munich, currently lives in Austria. 20 years he's been in Austria. So this is Max Bauer's backyard. As once again, you can see the lights much more evident now as the evening approaches. With 7 minutes to go, it's continuing to get darker and darker as the race has progressed. Even the interior, the LED lights looking awesome on the inside of this Aston Martin. Maybe we'll compare it to some of the other in-car cameras and see their interior lights as the clouds above getting that orange look. Turn 1, really hard to carry speed through there. Maybe we'll get a whole lap with Max as once again he's got the purple lap of the race. I don't think he'll be cranking out any 37.4s, but his last lap was a 37.8. So he still might even have time. Does he have enough time to get Jason Phillips for fourth? But yeah, there are the shadows again getting long, looking up as they went through turn 4. I'm sorry, headed down towards turn 4. Over the mountains. The sun is setting. Here we are, turn 4. Rolling speed. Looking up at the big Red Bull on the left. He's a little rusty now, but it's giving him character. And turn 6. The first left-hander. Nice and smooth. Very little correction from Max Bauer. And rear end getting away from him just a little bit there. Through turn 6 and 7. Nice catches. Turn 9, downhill. See how loose he gets. Just a little bit of initiation. Then catch on the way out. A little more initiation. Force it on the exit. All the road. And another 37.8 for Max Bauer. 37.9 that lap. There's Jason Phillips. Right, just ahead. I believe that's the lapper. Jason Phillips still 4 seconds ahead. Don't think he's going to catch them. Here we are with Aaron Holroyd and Adrian Fedorowski. This is for position. Holroyd, the AM, Fedorowski, the pro. But Holroyd wants that spot for 13th. You can see the headlight now on the asphalt, even as the lights light up the road ahead, going around the track. Coming up on 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes, we got 3 laps at the most. Aaron Holroyd. Coast Guard. Cook, glad to have you back with us, Aaron. Appreciate all you do for us, protecting our country. Jeff Gordon fan, we won't hold that against you. Wants to have fun and not stress out this year. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job in that top 10. In front of Justin Thaler, I might add. Good work, Aaron Holroyd. Up front, no change. Shea McNeely, Johan de Rooij, 2.5 seconds back. Ben Leatherland, another 4 seconds back. Max Bauer, 2 seconds behind Jason Phillips with time running out. 3 minutes to go. Riding with Shea McNeely in the Porsche. Got the lap car just behind him. Your leader, Shea McNeely. Macon, Georgia. You got Gracie as Cocker's Spanish Eagle mix. Gracie giving him tips on how to get around. Just 3 more laps. 2 more laps, maybe. As the lapper pulls over the inside. Nice work. I believe that was Fedorowski. Thank you, Justin, for letting the leader through. Shea McNeely. Looks like he's bringing it home. You know, I got to give it up to these GT4 drivers, Midwest Motorsports. Oh, whoa, as soon as I say something, John Aslan goes around again. On turn 9, just seems to be his nemesis corner. Tough break for John Aslan. from Racine, Wisconsin. Aslan is having a tough time around turn 9. Here we go. Coming up on 1 minute to go. Is he going to make it back for another lap? Shea McNeely working his way around the track. That is turn 6. Still has over 2 seconds over Johan de Roy. Been racing since 2019. Shea McNeely, one more time around. This is going to do great for him in the series standings. Currently third. Johan de Roy, your current leader, he's going to get second place points unless Ben Netherland gets another 5 seconds on one lap. Not likely. See if they can bring him home. Once again, we're not going to take the Hats to victory lane until they cross the line. But I got to admit, Shea McNeely showing us how it's done after a great run at Monza. Started 10th, finished first at Monza. Having a great run here at the Red Bull Ring. So give it up to Shea McNeely as he brings it home for the last time in this hour-long race. Into the dusk. I think the Thaylors did a great job setting up this race to end in the evening where you could see the lights. These GT4 cars definitely see the lights on the track now, lighting the way just ahead of the car. Here he is around turn 10 for the last time. Shea McNeely does it again. Winner for GT4 Midwest Motorsports. Second week in a row, Shea McNeely brings it home. Johan de Roy finishes up in second. They look like they're teammates. They're definitely friends. And now they've got a 1-2. Shea McNeely parks it and says, I'm coming to the pits. I'd love to see if we can get him in the broadcast booth for a post-race interview. But once again, all the lights lighting up the track of the Red Bull Ring. And that's a wrap for the race. Congratulations, everybody. Don't look now. David Wortman is your AM winner. Let's see if we can get Wortman in the studio as well. There he goes, coming across the line, blinking the lights. Congratulations to David Wortman, your AM winner, GT4. Congratulations, David. Adolfo Castillo with a strong second place. As more cars continue to come across the line. Top 8 cars are pros. Shea McNeely, Johan de Roy, Ben Netherland, Jason Phillips, 1, 2, 3, 4. Max Bauer brings it home 5th, the fast lap. Almost caught up to Jason. Jason was managing the gap, I would imagine. Brian Coxon in 6th. Josh Bloom 7th. Justin Fedorowski 8th. And your first AM, David Wortman, Adolfo Castillo 2nd in the AM class. Steve Hansel just outside the top 10 with 11th, 9th in class. Justin Glockner, Adrian Fedorowski, Aaron Holroyd gets another podium. Congratulations to all of our Midwest Motorsports GT4 racers for the 1 hour race at the Red Bull Ring. You can put that behind you now and look ahead to the next race.
Hey.
Howdy, howdy. Congratulations, man. You did it. That was a great race, Shay, from Macon, Georgia, right down the road from me. I'm in Atlanta, so
Hey, nice.
Together, man. Yeah, man. Congratulations. How did the race go?
It was honestly pretty tough. Leveland in the beginning, he was putting up one hell of a roadblock. It was worrying me. Johan was going to catch up to the back of me and overtake me.
Yeah, you guys both in the Porsche. It seemed like you had a great handle on the car. Did you get a lot of practice in before the race?
I actually didn't get a chance to get that much in. I kind of started practicing, yesterday, and then just kept working from there on out.
Right on, right on. Well, you did it, man. Look like a real veteran. And after your win last week at Monza, it's a shame that you missed Brands Hatch. It looks like you are going to move up in the points a little bit. Johan DeRoy still seems to hold it down on the top, but it looks like you might move up another spot once again. So do you have goals to run the complete season?
Oh yeah, I'm hoping I can get up there up top. It's gonna be a long fight with Johan.
Yeah, right. Well, I wouldn't count anybody out yet. Still early. Next, we're going to the Nürburgring, so the Grand Prix circuit. How do you feel about that? And what are your expectations between now and then?
Nürburgring, I've raced there plenty of times, both the Grand Prix and the Nordschleife. I hoping to look for another win. I try to get more practice in for that one because I know that it is a demanding track.
That's awesome, man. Well, we're glad to have you. It's been great calling the race. You really look like you were having a great fight with Litherland, and in the pits, it seems like you went long. Litherland came in a little earlier. Was that something you planned to do, or did that just the way it worked out that you thought you were ahead, so go and try the over?
It kind of just worked out that way. I was able to fuel save behind him a little bit. He was a little bit faster than I was in some parts, and I was a little bit faster in others. So kind of, it just worked out that way. I had just enough fuel to go for one more lap.
Yeah, right on. Well, congratulations once again on your race win. And we're happy to have you at Midwest Motorsports League. We'll look for you next week. Thank you, Shay.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
All right. I think we got David Wortman. You in here too, David?
Yep, I'm here.
Hey, congratulations, man. You're bringing that big old thing around for the victory in the AM class. You had Adolfo Castillo. It looks like you guys were fighting real hard the whole race. How did the race play out for you?
Yeah, man, it was a heck of a race. Shout out to Castillo and Hubbard. I think for the first half of the race before the pit stop anyways, I think we were all within 2 seconds of each other. So just fantastic race. I think the key was they both got drive-throughs and I didn't. I think that was literally the delineating factor. So I just knew I had to keep it on track and cross the finish line.
Yeah, well, you did that. After looking back, you had a great run at Brands Hatch, starting second, finishing second. And then Monza didn't play out exactly like you had hoped, but still come home with the top 10. So, congratulations for a great run. And what do you know about the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit?
That's actually one track I don't have a whole lot of experience on. So Brands was a good one for me because of all the tracks I've ever driven in my career, that's probably the one I have the most laps around. And Red Bull Ring, I have quite a few. So I'm going to have to practice a little bit extra for the Nürburgring, and hopefully I can learn it soon enough.
Yeah, right on, man. Well, once again, we're glad to have you. I hope that you and Dingo and Roger can hold it down for him there. Maybe give him a high five for cheering you on along the way. And anybody else you want to give a shout out to on your way out?
I'll give a shout out to Christopher Hopper. He's my buddy. We chat together. We always have a voice chat going during the races, and he's my support man. So one of these days he'll be up here with us. You'll be interviewing him, I'm sure. So shout out to him, and then also shout out to you guys for putting this on. You take the time out of your day, and you don't get paid for it. So we all really appreciate it. It's an awesome deal here.
Well, hey, man, thanks. You guys make my job easy, providing the action. I'm just calling what I'm seeing, man. So keep it up. We're glad to have you in the league. And look forward to seeing you next week. Congratulations, David.
Yep, awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys. And don't forget, go to midwest-motorsports.com or you can scan the QR code on the screen, and it'll take you to our hyperlinks where you can get to all of our socials. Check out the Facebook page. I'm sure there'll be some cool screenshots along the way of the Red Bull Ring and anything Midwest Motorsports. Scan that QR code. It'll take you right to it. For Colin Huffman running the cameras, thank you, Colin. Josh Watt, thanks for running the race control. You did a great job. And we appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. We'll see you next week, next Tuesday night for the Nürburgring Grand Prix GT4.